What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a video for you showing you 5 genius ways that you can use the DJI 1000 power station, especially whenever the power goes out or you have storms. Let's get into it. So the first thing on the list is obviously the coffee maker. Now I know it's not the most important, depending on who you ask, but obviously if the power goes out, there's a lot of things you need to get done, and it just becomes that much easier to do those things if you've had your morning cup of joe. Now, the DJI 1000 is perfectly capable of running your Keurig, whatever it may be, your coffee machine, espresso machine, whatever it is. It can easily power and run this and make you a hot cup of coffee so that you're ready to tackle whatever other issues have been brought on to you by a power outage. So it's a great first thing to kick off our list. Second thing I've got on my list is your refrigerator, because we all know once the power goes out, it then becomes a ticking time bomb of how long the food inside the fridge and freezer can actually stay good before you're just gonna have to throw it all out and replace it once the power comes back on. Nobody wants to do that, especially with the way prices are these days. So it is really important to plug in your fridge and freezer to the DJI 1000 or any other power station, I guess. But this one I actually tried and it worked really well, especially because you can actually, if you have the room, you can use the DJI 1000 as an uninterruptible power source, a UPS, where you can plug the fridge into the DJI 1000, plug the power cord from the 1000 into the wall. That way it's a pass-through. So it has power, and then if the power shuts off to the house, it will be uninterrupted and it'll start the DJI 1000 will start powering itself down, but still powering your fridge. Your fridge will never shut off. So that way you've got much longer to either get the power restored, or if it's a worst case scenario, get your food to someone else's house, find a new place for it to stay cool so it doesn't expire. This is a really cool peace of mind, basically. It's a lot of the things on this list is peace of mind, right? Because who doesn't need that in today's society? Next thing on my list is actually being able to back up your internet and your workstation, because a lot of people still work from home. And if the power goes out, you can't just call into your boss and say, hey, I have no power, I guess I can't come to work. That's not going to fly with certain employers. So I actually am able to plug in my computer, my lighting, fans, heaters, the Wi-Fi, the modem and router can actually all plug into the DJI 1000 through a power strip, of course, and it has enough juice to power all of it for probably a full workday or more before it would need to be recharged. So that's really going to help you out if you had a meeting or a presentation or something, or the kids are home from school because bad weather canceled school. They got snowed in, but they have a home day. Hate that. But they're going to be able to have internet and Wi-Fi on their tablets, Chromebooks, whatever it may be, to where they don't get to say, well, I don't have internet, I guess I can't do my homework. Think again, kids. And I did kind of touch on this in the last one, but also any essentials that you may need. And that includes lamps so you can see, whatever you need to. You obviously need light, and who uses flashlights anymore? If it's in the winter time and the power goes out, you're going to need a heater, which it won't last long on the DJI 1000, but you can get it going. And if you put it on low, maybe it'll be enough to get you until the power comes back on, but it won't be as miserable inside the house. You can keep some of that heat in the house before it gets too cold. And likewise, if it's the dead of summer, you can use a fan or several fans, actually, because they don't use anywhere near the amount of power as a heater does. So I've plugged in 3 or 4 fans into this thing, and they ran just fine, and they could run for a long time. And as far as essentials go, probably the most important thing on my list is the sump pump. If you have a storm, if it's raining, whatever it may be, you're going to flood your basement. You're going to flood your home. We don't want that. Sump pumps are there for a reason, to keep that groundwater from rising up through the cracks in your basement and flooding. We've had some flooding here last year because our sump pump, it didn't go out. The power didn't go out, but it malfunctioned. But now we can use, kind of the same way we did with the fridge, we can use that UPS, that uninterruptible power source, the DJI 1000. We plug the sump pump into the 1000, plug the 1000 into the wall. That way, if we're gone on vacation, out seeing relatives, wherever, and the power goes out and we don't know it, or while we're sleeping, then it doesn't affect the sump pump one bit, because as soon as the power cuts off from the house, the DJI 1000 automatically kicks on and just keeps streaming power into the sump pump. And it doesn't really draw very much energy, so it can go on for a long time. So you don't have to worry about expensive repairs to your basement if the power goes out and your sump pump can't go on. So really big blessing there. And of course, it need not mention, but I'm going to do it anyway, just powering your things you need, your cell phone, your tablets, your laptops, weather radios, anything that you may need in an emergency. That way you're connected to the outside world. If something happens, you know what's going on out there. You can get a hold of somebody if, somebody gets sick or hurt and you need an ambulance or, police department, whoever it may be. Your phones don't have to die. You're not worried about your phones dying. So it's just that, I keep saying it, peace of mind in this video, that you don't have to be without the bare essentials. The power going out sucks. And yes, this is not going to last forever, but it is going to get you through a little bit longer until hopefully help can arrive, the power can be restored, whatever it may be. And speaking of how long it can actually last and recharge, that's another good thing about this thing, is it can last for quite a while depending on what you're using it for, but it also charges really fast. It's advertised to go from 0 to 80% in about 50 minutes and then 0 to 100% in 70 minutes. And I put that to the test. I'll put it on the screen right now. And as you can see, almost on the dot, it's an hour and 10 minutes, 70 minutes until it was fully charged. Super cool. And I actually don't have them, but you also can buy solar panels and an adapter to put onto the 1000. So if you're dealing with an extended period of time without power, you can put those solar panels outside or wherever you may have sunlight nearby during the day, top off your DJI 1000, charge it back up. That way it's ready for overnight for whatever you may need it for. So depending on what your situation is and how long you're without actual power on the grid, if you've got sunlight, you can charge this thing up, and I've heard it actually goes pretty close to the same speed as long as you have enough solar panels to power the 1000. So what do you think of the reasons I've given you in this video? How would you use the DJI 1000 in a power outage? What's the first thing you're thinking of doing with it once the power in fact goes out? Comment down below and let me know. And as of the time of me making this video, the DJI 1000 is on Amazon for $499 US, and I actually do have an affiliate link down in the description. It does help out the channel without costing you anything extra. So if you're looking to get one, now is the perfect time because it is at a great price. So I definitely recommend you grabbing one. But that's it for this one. On your way out, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Tell me how you liked the video. Subscribe, share it with all your friends. I appreciate it, especially if you have anybody who is definitely in the market for a new power bank, a power station, whatever, because winter is coming. And I don't know if you've seen this, but they are calling for at least part of the country this year of having pretty dangerous weather. So now's the time. You don't want to wait to buy these things until you need it. You need to buy it now, because if you wait until you need it, you're not going to be able to get it. So definitely click that Amazon link down in the description. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Bye.